guys. So if you notice that I have something on my head, that is because I'm gonna start doing silly things on my head, and you guys can text my mom and then you can give her ideas of what to wear on my head. So this is mine today. It's a knitted tissue box, and I am very excited about our book today because there is a whole series of books called Poppleton. And Poppleton is a pig, and he has lots of friends, like a goat named Fillmore, a llama named Cherry Sue, and stuff like that. So our first book is called Poppleton. And it has 3 chapters in it, but they're short. The first 3 chapters are Neighbors, the Library, and the Pill. Poppleton used to be a city pig. He did city things. He took taxis. He jogged in the park. He went to museums. Then one day, Poppleton got tired of city life. He moved to a small house in a small town. Poppleton's small house was charming. It had a little sunroom where Poppleton took naps. It had lots and lots of shelves where Poppleton kept things. It had a little garden where Poppleton planted corn. And it had Cherry Sue. Cherry Sue was Poppleton's new neighbor. See, that's Cherry Sue that I was talking about. The llama. Cherry Sue was very friendly. In the morning, she called out, "Yoo-hoo, Poppleton, would you like some oatmeal?" So Poppleton had oatmeal with Cherry Sue. In the afternoon, she would call out, "Yoo-hoo, Poppleton, would you like some toasted cheese?" So Poppleton had toasted cheese with Cherry Sue. At night, she called out, "Yoo-hoo, Poppleton, would you like spaghetti?" So Poppleton had spaghetti with Cherry Sue. This went on day after day. At first, it was fun, but not for long. All dressed up. Some mornings, Poppleton did not want oatmeal. He wanted to sleep. Some afternoons, Poppleton did not want toasted cheese. He wanted TV. Some nights, Poppleton did not want spaghetti. He wanted to practice playing his harmonica. But Cherry Sue kept on calling, "Yoo-hoo, Poppleton!" One day, when he was watering his lawn, Poppleton couldn't take it anymore. When Cherry Sue stuck her head out the window and yelled, "Yoo-hoo, Poppleton!" Poppleton soaked her with the hose. "Poppleton!" cried Cherry Sue, dripping. Poppleton felt awful. He ran to get a towel for Cherry Sue. "I'm sorry, Cherry Sue," said Poppleton. "I just got so sick of toasted cheese and spaghetti and oatmeal. Sometimes I just like to be alone." "You too?" said Cherry Sue. "I kept inviting you over because I didn't know how to stop inviting you over," she said. "I thought it might hurt your feelings." Then Poppleton soaked himself with the hose. They laughed and laughed. Poppleton and Cherry Sue were best friends from then on. There's a little cat in the fence. The library. Poppleton went to the library every Monday. Monday was always Poppleton's library day. If Cherry Sue invited him to tea on Monday, Poppleton would say, "Sorry, library day." If there was a wonderful parade in town on Monday, Poppleton would say, "Too bad, library day." Poppleton took library day very seriously. At the library, Poppleton always got a table all to himself. He spread out each of his things on the table. His eyeglasses, his tissue, his lip balm, his pocket watch, his bookmark, and his duffel. Then he began to read. Poppleton liked adventures. He buried his head in an adventure book every Monday and left it there all day long. Sometimes he needed a tissue for a sad part. Sometimes he needed a lip balm for a dry part. Sometimes he needed his pocket watch for a slow part. But he loved his adventure. Oh, my hat fell off. At the end of each day, Poppleton finished the story. He thanked the librarian and packed up each of his things in his duffel. Then he slowly walked home, all dreamy from so much adventure. Monday was Poppleton's favorite day of all. I don't know if I showed you this picture. Oh yeah, I did. The pill. Poppleton's friend Fillmore was sick in bed. Poppleton brought Fillmore some chicken soup. Fillmore is a goat, the one in bed. I feel terrible, Poppleton, said Fillmore. Have a bowl of soup, said Poppleton. First I have to take my pill, said Fillmore. Fillmore, where is it? Asked Poppleton. Over there on the table, said Fillmore. Poppleton brought Fillmore his pill. Can't take it like that, said Fillmore. You have to hide it. Hide it? Asked Poppleton. You have to hide it in my food, said Fillmore. I'll put it in the soup, said Poppleton. No, it has to be in something sweet, said Fillmore. Sweet? Asked Poppleton. Sweet and soft, said Fillmore. Sweet and soft, asked Poppleton. Sweet and soft with raspberry filling, said Fillmore. Sweet and soft with raspberry filling, asked Poppleton. And chocolate on top, said Fillmore. Chocolate on... Fillmore, are you talking about Cherry Sue's heavenly cake? Asked Poppleton. Fillmore smiled. Poppleton went away. Soon he came back with Cherry Sue's heavenly cake. Now I can hide your pill, said Poppleton. Don't tell me which piece of cake it's in, said Fillmore. Poppleton sliced the cake into 10 pieces. He hid Fillmore's pill in one of them. Fillmore had the first piece. Yum, said Fillmore. Did I take my pill? Poppleton shook his head. Oh, sorry. I'll show you a picture. Oh, again. Fillmore had another piece. Yum, said Fillmore. Did I take it? Poppleton shook his head. Fillmore ate piece after piece. Did I take it? Poppleton kept shaking his head. Finally, there was only one piece of cake left. Thank goodness, said Poppleton. Fillmore looked at the piece of cake. I can't eat that one, he said. It has a pill. Well, what can you eat? Shouted Poppleton. Something lemony, said Fillmore, with coconut. I feel sick, said Poppleton. Move over. He knew his piece of cake because Poppleton kept shaking his head. And finally there was only one piece left, but he didn't shake his head for that one, so... Poppleton and Fillmore were sick in bed for 3 days. They took lots of pills. It took 27 cakes to get them down. It's a lot. So that was Poppleton. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.